course, with the final whistle blown, the match ended. Rangers won, Osijek won. Our goal coming from Nikola Katic in the 53rd minute. Thoroughly impressed with him scoring yet again. The absolute mountain of a centre-back that he is. I'm sure that's his second or third goal for us now, which is really impressive. The goal itself, you thought that the ball was dead, or at least was going to die, and then Morelos nodded the ball back into the box, and Katic was there in the right position, and the goalkeeper didn't really know what went past him until he looked behind him. Great feeling when we scored that goal. I feel like it was a goal that we were really pushing throughout the first half. I don't feel like we dominated Osijek throughout most of the game. I feel like it was a great football match to watch. Not boring whatsoever, in my opinion. It was at times during the game, it was end-to-end stuff. Alan McGregor, in my opinion, saved us on so many occasions. It's something I feel comfortable with saying because the defence played impeccably. A couple of mistakes, of course, but that's always going to happen with defenders. And of course, when mistakes did happen, Alan McGregor was there to save our skin. Now, in the 87th minute, that couldn't quite happen with the ground as greasy and as wet as it was, with the ball pelted by the Osijek player. Takes a slight deflection off of Tav, and it just hits McGregor's foot and it goes past him. I felt really, really sorry for McGregor. He was obviously disappointed in himself. He was trying his best not to concede, and it's a great difference to have a goalkeeper that's now fantastic in McGregor in comparison to a goalkeeper that was good in Fotheringham, as it's really evident that McGregor wants to keep a clean sheet. He doesn't want to concede one goal and say that he had a decent performance. He's really, really trying his best in between the sticks, and you can tell that, and it's just fantastic to watch. I think that Flanagan as well made some crucial interceptions, really crucial interceptions. Of course, he did a couple of stray passes that I was a little disappointed with, but of course every player's going to make mistakes during the game. Ryan Jack was absolutely magic at playing the sweeper position in the middle of the field. I feel like his talents really do extend to retrieving the ball and defending. Can't do much with passing, a couple of stray passes of those, and his shooting isn't fantastic, but he was absolutely magic in his position of sweeper. In the face of the opposition, making the tackles, of course, being a bit of a pest himself too. I was really surprised and happy to see nearing the end of the game, I can't remember the name of the Osijek player, it begins with a H. He was getting in the face of Nikola Katic and Ryan Jack, despite the fact he was in the altercation at the start, split the two of them up. Great to see, because Ryan Jack is a person who's going to get red cards, if anyone out of the team, and the referees really do kind of victimise him as a red card man. Galton, I think, had a fantastic performance. Encouraging to see that he wanted to run up the pitch as well during some occasions during the game, but when he realised that he couldn't, he tracks back, gets back into position. Really good stuff. Tavernier as well, I think, brilliant game. Still can't pronounce his name. Real captain quality, and I'm starting to see a player that's really determined to defend now more than attack, which makes me happy. I could go through naming all the team, which I think I'm doing at this point in time, saying I had a brilliant game, but also really impressed with Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent's fitness was fantastic. This is something that Steven Gerrard said he was trying to work on for us, was trying to get our fitness to the best it possibly could be. And he was absolutely spot on. Obviously, evidently Spain worked, because we've come back a really, really fit team. And this fitness, this ball chasing for 90 minutes, players that don't want to get off the pitch, players that don't seem to tire out, players that don't seem to give up when they're running after the ball. You can see it. It's evident, it's visual. You can see it on the pitch. Ovie Ejaria, fantastic game. I think he's going to really blossom into a player. I seriously, shall I say, hope that we sign him on a permanent, but I can't see that happening. Going back to Kent though, Kent was fantastic as a creator, a great replacement for Windass, who eventually came on in the late stage of the game, as did Andy Halliday. I think Ryan Kent was brilliant, direct, attacking football. He liked to run at a man, use a bit of skill, beat them. His passing was good. The only thing that I thought was a bit average about him was his finishing, but you can forgive that. Koulibaly as well, when he was playing, he had a couple of real pacey moments during the game. A really big mistake when it came to shooting though, because he literally sliced the ball over to the corner flag when he was trying to finesse it into the corner. Couldn't help but laugh at that, and I think he laughed at it too. Morelos is an absolute workhorse. He tries his best for the team. He's such a physical player. During the late stage of the game, we gave the ball to him whilst he was at the corner flag, and he just shoulder barges all the players that came near him off the ball, runs towards the penalty area, gets taken out, so it looks like the referee's blown for a penalty, but he's going for a goal kick. And of course, the crowd was going crazy. So were the players, actually, the Osijek players, and then it was revealed that it was actually a goal kick. So a little bit of comedy there. But Daniel Candeias as well tracks back to defend, something that really, really makes him a great player, in my opinion. I still think there's a couple of deficiencies with Candeias at this point in time at the start of the season, but I really think he's beginning to improve and show the quality that he showed last season. I couldn't pick out a player and say that they had a bad performance throughout this team whatsoever. I think we played fantastically as a team. Towards the late stages of the game as well, when we started to flap just a little bit, Stephen Gerrard found it appropriate to put Scott Arfield on, who of course had just returned from injury, so his fitness isn't quite full game standard yet, but great move when he put Arfield on. The team seemed to believe in themselves, and they seemed more composed. I think composure was a real factor in why we ended up winning the game on aggregate. Of course, I didn't want to see us concede, but the matter of fact is that we've now gone into the third round of Europa League qualifying, and I sincerely hope we get through, of course, like everyone else. And I'm sure if we just put in the performances that we have been doing, then I don't think we'll really struggle in progressing. But it does need to be seen if we're going to sign anyone else. There's obviously big talk about Kyle Lafferty. Will that change the team sheet? It should do if we're signing a striker like Lafferty for the money that they're demanding in Hearts, about $1 million they're asking for. And will that change the way that we play? In my opinion, not so much, because we already got big players like Lafferty. You know, Umar Sadiq maybe a bit more pace than Lafferty. Originally, I didn't think so. But yeah, it's brilliant to see us turning into a big team now, a team of players that can handle themselves in the box. Perhaps that's why we're scoring for so many more corners, and we're adding a bit of physicality to our team. And as much as I did love Jason Holt, it's good to see bigger players in the area that he could play that won't get muscled off of the ball. All in all, I'm very happy with our performance, and I think that we did get lucky a couple of times during the game. You may call it luck, but I call it Alan McGregor. So I'm thoroughly happy with our performance and encouraged by how we performed. Of course, if you like the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe and comment your opinions below. Also, if you're wondering what shirt this is, it's for Surrey True Blues. If you live in Surrey, Google it or look it up on Facebook. They meet in the Croydon Dice Bar. So come along and have a good time. Take care, and of course subscribe.